Welcome back, everyone. I wanted to apologize for deleting the 2 videos that I put on my page yesterday. I've just decided to do a briefing of why I'm choosing not to do videos of my life and what I've been through. I firmly believe it keeps the mind stuck. Unless you got capital and you want to sit there and listen to me talk about my stories, I refuse to write about it. Call me superstitious. I firmly believe the power of the hand is very powerful in the power of thought. In a nutshell, 2011 was the last year I worked the service business, and the universe forced me. There were so many times I wanted to be just divination counselor. It is what it is. When you're a waitress and a barmaid, you have the darndest people talk to you about the darndest things. And sometimes you can relate to a lot of stories, and you're able to use yourself as an example to help someone propel forward. And if you don't, you'll have no comforting words on what to say. It's an inner compass. It's hard to explain. So in saying all that, living on my own since I was 19, worked the service business my whole life, to the point where when I was a barmaid, my happy hour crowd was consistent, the union workers and all the blue-collar jobs that no longer exist because they're all overseas. So the whole blue-collar flooded what they called the poor man job, which was the waitress, barmaid, stuff of that nature. But there was times I made 40 to 50 a year. You just got to know how to hustle. You got to know how to work hard. You got to know how to be determined. And you got to know to be brave and have the balls to continue to move forward. So in saying all that, my shifts got shorter. My money got less because it just got flooded. I found myself feeling guilty for making money because the woman next to me had 3 kids. I have no children. I've never been pregnant. And I remember what my mother went through. And I would even see fathers, lots of fathers, that work these factory jobs, swallow their pride and go wait on tables just to bring home money to their children. That's a good father. And so my shifts are getting, cut to the point of I'm barely making it. And I always help my mother because my mother has worked her ass off incredibly. The least I can do in my 40s is help take care of my mother. And so that's how Holistic Street Counselor came about. I was always urban conjure folk artist. I was trying to come out as an artist. That is such a battling field. It's like a friend told me once, for every good band that makes it out there, there's another 1,000 even better that will never make it. It's just, mathematics. So, while I was homeless, yes, I was homeless. I was living out of my van. Nobody knew. It was for a couple months. But I still worked my ass off no matter what. I was still barmaiding part-time somewhere just to get through. And I was doing divination on the side. And I kept squirreling away my money, going to the library. I live at the library. I technically have 5 degrees, but I never could afford to go to college, so I always went to the library. I buried my face in books my whole life. Especially psychology, sociology, stuff of that nature. Coming from the city, you got to understand your environment. And so that's how I came up with Holistic Street Counselor, because my whole life on the side of the service business, I have read divination, and I grew up with holistic ways. And Mom was always brewing something on the stove when we were sick. Very rare we ever had to go to the doctor. And different people have knocked on my door with the darndest questions or darndest needs, and We all come from the same neighborhood, the same streets. We took the same buses, the same rapids. So I was always that girl that they came to. And I would tell them, you know, what they could eat or what they could do, what type of aromatherapy or what type of cleansing baths. You know, anything from art, music, cooking. I mean, when you think about it, those are the ancient arts that keep the very body alive and the very essence of the soul alive. So I take great pride in my career. I take great pride in my career for only having a .com for 1 year. And I have been able to propel my career so fast, it's mind-blowing. A lot of you out there know exactly what I just got out of a year ago, hence the Black Swan Sisters. But when you know you've had enough, there's no such word as no. And you just do it. You either learn or you win. No losing. No such thing. Because the second you feel you lost, that's the second you stop learning. It's not easy. Believe me, it ain't easy. But you get through it. So enough of that. Anyways, back to the daily oracle card. Have to hurry up here. I'm gonna go pick up Mom and take her out to lunch. I gotta go catch the bus. If I miss the bus, I gotta go walk 10 blocks. And I don't feel like taking... Well, I mean, I probably could use the walk, but just don't feel like dealing with it. If anybody comes from inner city streets understands what I'm talking about. You just don't want to deal with it. I'm still fighting very hard, and I'm still very determined to own my own house in a very lovely, lovely neighborhood where my mother can walk to church and not be harassed by people that think that they're cool by creating drama in order to float on other families' success coattails. Drama boy. You have no clue. Shame on you. That's my mother. Everything comes full circle. Everything comes full circle. Alrighty, I enchanted these different because I want to get some serious answers. This is for everyone, including me. And we're doing 3 cards today. First card, one of air. This is someone with light eyes, darker color hair. Lessons and challenges towards the future. Move forward fearlessly and fearlessly. Questions you should be asking yourself. Lift your mind. Time to create in this trying time. Because that is also a very ancient art. Create during this trying time. Get your emotions out through painting, through cooking, sculpting, swimming, walking meditation. Let it loose in your mind. Do what you got to do. That's a form of an ancient art of healing the very inner parasite that wants to grow, but you're suppressing it and you're killing it, okay? This too shall pass, because it does. Because a lot of people look at me like, Marisa, I can't believe what you just went through, and you managed to create your own career and get to where you're at in just a year. And I was like, well, technically I've been doing it for 7 years on the internet. I just didn't know how to go about it until about a year ago. And once I figured it out, like running a race, once I figured out the right ball part of my foot that gave me the biggest bounce, I even beat the boys in the neighborhood. It was awesome. So, yeah, just continue to move forward with courage and strength, fearlessly and fearlessly. It's all a mindset. I firmly believe that. I don't care what anybody says. Because it's the very attitude of negativity that creates the depression. The more you look at the things in life that you feel are destroying you, you're feeding sugar to the parasite, and the parasite will keep growing, okay? And when a parasite keeps growing, like inside a tree with ants, it stunts its growth. So, like, in a better term, you'll be a bonsai tree for the rest of your life. But if you stay positive and learn something from it, and learn something about yourself, learning your new limits, you suppress that parasite and it goes away. And then you become a redwood, and you keep growing. So, that's just something to throw out there. King of Fire. Okay, King of Fire, this is someone with red or blonde hair. Speak your mind when dealing with this person, especially if they're too dominating. Just because you stand your ground doesn't mean you gotta get loud, okay? I used to do that shit all the time. Once in a while I still do, and I'm still trying to get a grip on it. We all are very passionate about our certain issues in life. So when you're dealing with someone that's very dominant around you, whether it's work, husband, brother, whoever it is, just speak impeccable. Do the best that you can. Card says, heed caution when dealing and giving advice from this person. So again, make sure that if you're taking any advice from this person, make sure that you're taking it because you respect them, not because you feel it's the right thing to do because they're so dominant over you. And they shouldn't be anyway. The way I always looked at it is, if you give each other respect and take care of each other because it comes natural because you want to do it, there's no sense for he or she to be dominant in a relationship. Okay, communicate with vision. Basically, think ahead before you open your mouth to this person. Think of the ripple effect. Like, think of the possibilities of how it could turn out. And be a leader for yourself. So basically, just don't take what they say. Do what you got to do. It's okay to do what you got to do. Okay, now your last one, 10 of Earth. This is a time to lift your mind again, just like the first card. This is someone with dark hair, dark eyes. Lift your mind, time to create in darkest times. This too shall pass. Gratitude of attitude is a must. This is someone that, the signs on this is Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, or Uriel. Uriel is the angel, Uriel is the angel that works with the planet Mars to get things done. So if you have dark hair, dark eyes, lift your mind now. It's time to move forward. Whatever's bothering you, just, it's time to let it go. Sometimes we catch ourselves and we're like, ooh. It's like riding that bike, skin of your knee. Get back on, keep moving forward. If the core of you is already attitude of gratitude, shit, it's all good. Just keep moving forward. And so with the one of air, for it being the trying times again, this might be a double party. So because of this being such a general reading, this can go so many different ways. So ace air is always a good one to have. So whoever is with the light eyes, darker color hair, that's a great person to have around. And if there's another person around you with blonde or red hair and they're a little too dominant, you might want to just be like, And this one, dark hair, dark eyes. If you're dragging your feet on something, just move forward, okay? And that's it. So, yeah, I got to get my day started. Namaste, ashe, ashe. Continue to have a rockin' day. Love you all. Mwah.